All right, all right. Thank you for joining us on Urban Grind Television. Today, I have an amazing segment here. I'm sitting next to an NBA legend, and I really want to thank my brother Horace Grant for making this happen, as well as my guest today for taking this time to let us do this. We have a certified enforcer, a legend in the game. This man brought toughness, heart, and no nonsense every night. NBA legend, Charles Oakley in the building. Let's give it up. Oh,
Thank you.
thank you so much, brother. It's been such a journey just to talk to you on the first time on the phone and bring you in and being able to politic with you and see how you've influenced my brother Horace Grant so much. I just want to say thank you for being you.
Thank you.
You know, so much stuff happens in our life, and you know, I think, you know what, I have a firm belief that if you were never you, then Horace would never be him. And that's what goes down a lot of times in life. We never truly understand the influence that we have on people. But I want to get right into it. Urban Grind TV is all about the grind behind the glory. I want you to take us back. What was life growing up for you? What was it like growing up for you? And what lit the fire in you when the NBA lights came on?
Well, growing up, like any other kid, just trying to find yourself.
Middle class, lower class?
Maybe a little under middle class. Mom worked every day. My father passed when I was young, 9 years old. But it was 6 of us, and we learned how to survive. And, we all made it from high school to college. And my life, when I went to college, was the beginning of another journey of my life. And 4 years of college, playing ball, and basically, went 4 years and got drafted, got lucky, was blessed, got drafted to, the Cavaliers and traded to the Bulls, and that's when my life really took off like a 747.
Amazing. Now you became known as one of the toughest, no-nonsense players ever. Was that something that you decided on early, like this is who I am? Or is it something that the league kind of shaped your identity over time?
It really shaped a part of my life. I was like that growing up. I always obeyed, listened, but when you get to the league, it's everything just coming at you. But I'm glad I was brought up the way I was. Situation, and some things came at me. It bounced right off because I had went through the journey. And once you get through the journey and seeing that it never get too smooth. There's always gonna be bumps in the road. So don't think everything is okay. I can sit back now. You always got to stay there. I want to go further. I want to get deeper. I want to get bigger. I want to get stronger. I want to last long.
What's the pressure like to be Charles Oakley and during the on the floor, on the court, mentoring young teams, moving on to new teams? What's it feel like to be Oakley during that time?
I didn't feel the pressure because I said I was built for it. Once you get there, you just got to be consistent, steady, and understand who you're playing with, night in and night out, knowing that it's gonna be a tough match. Because the team got a bad record don't mean they're a bad team. Sometimes it just happen like that. And knowing that, let's say my games, no matter who we play, I'm trying to go defense, rebound. Never know how many points I'm gonna score because I might not get a lot of shots. But you can dictate the paint, make sure your guys, come out with a lot of energy. And hopefully we can feed off one another for the whole game, just to stay in consistently for 48 minutes. And a lot of guys can't do that, but some guys can.
And that's a lot of that's mental, right? It's not as well as physical.
Yeah, mental is knowing your craft too.
There's a difference between players being scared of you and players respecting you. In your mind, what does respect look like on the court back then?
Sometimes you got to put the work in to get it. Sometimes you just got to go with what you know. And you can see once you play the game, win, lose, or draw. The key thing is you watch tapes, and you can see how guys react to what you do. And when you play with force, and some people don't want to come against that every night. And I think that's what the edge I had. A lot of guys just want. Some guys go through the motion. A lot of guys come back with force. But I think that I'm forced for 48 minutes every night. I don't have a downtime on the court.
There's no off night.
I might not have a lot of points, but I'm going to affect the game some kind of way.
You got your start in Chicago with the Bulls in the 80s. What do you remember most about early Chicago days on or off the court?
Off the courts, Chicago was a city, mid-'80s was jumping.
Take us back. Like, if we weren't there, like, what was the feel like in the 80s in Chicago?
I'm about to Chicago. But basically, I was in Chicago before I got drafted because I got family in Chicago. I got a lot on the south side, west side. But Chicago was a grinding city. A lot of drugs, things was going on. We was out north and everything in the south, so we had to drive back and forth if we want to have a good time. We don't. We stay out north where it's quiet and you can relax. Don't have to worry about the shooting and stuff, bang bang, this and that. But no, the city was good though. Never had a problem. All the guys in the streets, all the guys who want to be ball players, they respect the Bulls, especially when Michael got here. Later on, just seeing what he did for the city. So everybody took a liking. So really didn't have no big problems in Chicago. Everybody liked the players because they was winning.
You hit New York City. You go to the Knicks. You become a cornerstone of one of the iconic teams, which is the New York Knicks. What made the 90s Knicks, the squad, and the Madison Square Garden energy so different from everywhere else?
New York itself. I mean, you can't fake it in New York. And, the 90s was different, not just in basketball, music, sports, and everything. Some of your best musicians, some of your best athletes came out. It was just them 10 years, whatever the 90s, it just seemed like it was the glory days. And everybody, out having fun, wasn't jealous of one another. Just everything was just smooth for us, like the peoples. But you still had your job to do. There wasn't no ladder gagging. You had to perform still, because New Yorkers, the fans know when you ain't giving 110%, and they will let you know. And that was the only thing that New York wasn't made for every athlete, especially if you're soft and weak-minded. No.
They're very tough, right? They'll bully you.
I mean, but they don't want no crybabies on the floor or on the field or whatever. They want you to perform when you get that jersey on.
Makes total sense. Now, the fans, they still talk about the battles, and I'm talking about the Bulls versus the Knicks, the Heat, the Pacers. When you look back now, which matchup or rivalry you felt brought out the best in you? What did you play your best game against?
Well, like I always said, my game is going to show up at 7:30, no matter who we play. Bulls, okay. Indiana, the Pacers, Miami, the Bulls. It was just one of them things. I mean, some people get psyched out about certain teams or primetime TV, but I kept my composure and just I still got to do it no matter who we play and who we playing against. And it means a lot to the city of certain teams, They don't want you to lose to the Bulls, maybe the Pacers, Miami, but sometimes you can't win them all. But, you go out, them guys, they're going to come and compete, and you compete. So it's going to be a battle game. Most games going to go down like 1 or 2 possessions 90% of the time when you play them teams. It's going to happen like that.
You play with some of the biggest personalities, some of the biggest stars. I'm talking Hall of Famers, young guys that came into the league. They're trying to prove themselves. What kind of perseverance did you see in the locker room with people that tend to be successful against others that weren't? What was the difference? What made a winner, a champion from a non-champion, in your opinion?
There's always a lot of character. I think in New York, it was different, and playing with Michael and Patrick, it's just night and day. I thought when I got traded to New York, we finna go on a run. But I forgot Jam Master Jay was not DJ. So, R. Kelly was in Chicago. But no, it was just I want to play with Patrick. Because you see what he did in college, how he dominated. He put fear in people hard, but it wasn't like that when I got to New York. But I was just, one of the things that couldn't get over the hump with the Bulls and the Knicks. And, just no matter what we did, Phil Jackson had to answer for it.
When you watch the league now, you talk about the pace, the spacing, the three-point shots, less physicality. What's the biggest difference between your era and today's NBA era?
Players. More guys was willing to do what was, just the game just different. Back in the day, you wouldn't settle for threes. You had to go in and out, run a system. Now it's just high pick and roll and just pass the ball to the wing guy. It's just a total different era. It's just like not really basketball. It's more, it's a European game in the United States. So it's a globalized, league now. So if you look at the league, maybe 3 or 4 years, it's gonna be 50% European and the U.S. guys.
And that changes the culture.
It definitely changes because there's no physicality no more. They wasn't physical. That's why they didn't come in the 90s. So when we played in the 90s, you might have 3 guys from European. Now you got maybe 120, 130, and it's going up and up every year. So that's a big difference. And so now you got to watch a game that you play in the YMCA. So that's what type of game it is now.
If Oak played today, I'm talking the prime Charles Oakley in today's game, no hand checking, spread floor, social media everywhere, what do you think your role would look like?
Same thing, rebound. It'd be easier, really.
Same enforcer, same energy?
Definite. I mean, I'm gonna be there. So you can call it what you want, enforce, whatever. But no, it just be different. I still would take within my game the shots I make. It'd be like I said, ain't a lot of physicality no more. So make my jump shots, get my rebound. One thing about basketball now, the field goal percent is way down. So a lot more rebounds. A lot of teams take a lot of quick threes, but it's a lot more rebounds. So your best players, on your superstar teams, the field goal percentage is probably under 45. And when we played back in the 90s, everything was around 48 to 54. Especially your superstar. They were so efficient back then. Now you got some guys like SGA, a few other guys efficient, average 30 points, shooting over 52% from the field. I mean, Michael probably shot 50% of the field. If he played 14 years, 13 years. It's always efficient and, high volume guys, it's hard to win these days.
It's a different game.
Different game.
Now, a lot of players, they struggle when the spotlight fades. How did you approach life after the league? Like in business, family, appearances? How did you stay active and keep control of your brand?
Basically, I started before I got to the end, maybe your 8th, 9th year, basically, you don't know how many years you're going to play, but the last, 18, 19, so basically around 9 or 10, I didn't know I was going to go that long, but I started dipping in other stuff like, a little real estate, a little this and that, and trying to build for after my career because it could have ended at 11, 12 years. So basically, I had stuff set up, and so my flow transition from when I retired to the NBA, after NBA wasn't too bad. I was doing things. I didn't have to rush into things. And I just, enjoyed that, last couple of years. And once I got out, just took a couple, a little time off. You don't want to take too much. Just try to stay busy, active out here, trying to find a good situation to build. I didn't have a family while I was playing. I don't know if it was good or bad. It could have slowed me down later in my career to be more involved in things to grow with a family. But I did it late, still early, so I was okay.
That's amazing. Now, I want to talk about this book. You got a book out.
Yeah, Last Enforcer.
Talk to us about what inspired you to write this book. Why should people go out and pick it up?
Why? Just the realness about myself, my consistent about myself, and understand that when you do a book, you want people to feel all the way through the book. So in my book, you can feel me from page 1 to 275 because it's something that I'm gonna take you there. I'm not gonna give you something then go low. It's like the speed limit in a car. I'm trying to do 160. Web on the dashboard, and I was telling somebody earlier, you need the seatbelt on when you read my book because it's gonna bring you there, and I'm gonna take you high every time. And then just about growing up in the South with my grandparents and making transitions in Cleveland to college. So everything is transitioned in my book, but it's stories on the way to get to your journey. It's always stories. So I got a lot of stories like when I was small, growing up, and police story or guys in my neighborhood. So I'm gonna tell one story. I got time?
Please, no, we got all the time.
I got a lot of them, but I'm gonna tell one story.
Share something with us.
Well, you gotta get the book. The book.
Give us something.
I
Give us something.
ain't gonna tease him.
Give us a tease.
No, I ain't gonna tease him.
You got to give us something.
They just gotta get the book because I'm telling you, it's a lot of them in the book.
Were you hesitant at all in writing the book and kind of sharing some of this personal stuff about your life?
No.
No.
I ain't never been scared. So people want to hear some stuff about you because everybody ain't nobody perfect. So when they see the journey from as a kid, growing up, going through adversity, people want to see that, how you handle it. This was a book. It's gonna tell you like that. It's gonna take you on the journey. Like, wow, okay. It wasn't even. I had cops pull guns on me, throw me in a car and ride me around. I've been in places. This guy standing right before I went to college. I was standing by a guy. He got shot 5 times.
Right next to you.
Yeah.
Did you know him?
Yeah. I know him. Huh?
What was it about? Did you know what it was
about?
about?
I'm gonna tell you this story. So I was young. My brother was in the streets, whatever, hustled, but he worked for Chrysler, and it was a crap game. So it was, he wrote numbers, so he did everything. He long, sharp, borrowed $100 from him, he got to get $150 back. Borrowed $1,000, you got to give him, you got to put juice on it.
Right.
But anyway, it was this crap game, and it was on Friday. Every Friday they shoot dice at this guy's house, like a block away where I grew up. So I had some money because when I went somewhere else with my brother to another crap game, we had won some money. So I took a chance. So I put my stash up. I took about 15. I'm in the 12th grade, right? So I take about 1,500 with me.
1,500 deep in the 12th grade.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, I'll give it up.
I had money in my pocket. So I went around to the crap game, right? So anyway, I knew him. So I knock on the door. He says, "Oh, come on in." So it's a rule when you walk into a crap game, they shoot dice. You never walk up to the table until the dice go out. So I'm standing on support in the basement. It's kind of choppy. And this guy shooting dice, he passed, and I'm just standing there. He passed about 3 licks, so it's about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. So I'm just standing there. So the dice go out, and the guy robbed the crap game. So he was like, "So stick up." I'm like, wow. I'm standing right here, like, this guy's. So he robbed the crap game and took everybody the money. I didn't never get in. I'm glad.
So you didn't have your money. You were just standing on the side while everybody's getting robbed?
Yeah, right. So I don't know what happened this Friday. This guy who robbed the crap game, he came with a guy. We knew who he came with, but we didn't know the guy who robbed the game. So anyway, as the guy was leaving, and another guy opened fire. I knew the guy who opened fire. It's in the book. So the guy who shot him 5 times, he fell. I ran out, this and that. So I didn't never ask questions about. I knew the guys, whose house it was. So when the guy who shot him 5 times, I knew him because he knew my brother. And I asked him later on. I was writing this book. I said, "Can I put the story in the book?" He said, "Yeah, as long as you don't put my name in the book."
Give us the name of the book, and where can we get the book right now? Look in the camera.
The Last Enforcer. Should have been the only one, but I'll give him a break. At Barnes & Noble. And what I said, Barnes & Noble and
Amazon?
Amazon.
Last question.
Go ahead.
Oh, you've been amazing all day. When you talk to the next generation, what's the realest piece of advice that you can give them about handling success, money, and staying solid?
The younger generation, I don't know. They getting NIL money, so they wouldn't even have thought maybe Clemson got paid. Oh, yeah. but G definitely got paid. But this young generation, they just in a rude awakening because it's just a different time. There's so much going on. They speed. They need to slow down and get a grip because people they need to slow down and get a grip because when they keep going, it's gonna get rougher and tougher. It's built. I feel real bad for the young kids coming up because the structure is bad. Even though money and this and that, the structure is still not there. Cause we was all brought on structure, know how to treat people, not to respect people. We not walking in a restaurant with a hat to the back, sack and pants. You still got to be a professional, no matter how these Instagram, these social media stuff is showing what people got. All this. It's not about this. It's how you carry yourself. Be a man at all time. That's what we missing in this world. A lot of good men.
Amazing advice. If people want to tap in, they want to follow you, they want to see what you got going on, where can they find you at?
I'm not a big fan for social media, but I'm on Instagram, I'm on X, and
What's your Instagram? Tell them what it is.
The Real Toss Oakley 34. But you can find, best to Google me.
Just Google them.
You get the real stuff when you Google me.
Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
It's your guy, Wally, a.k.a. Mr. Music, TV, and Sports is my business. You're watching Urban Grind TV. Don't go nowhere. What's going on? It's your boy, Wally, a.k.a. Mr. Music is my business. And I'm here to tell you about the Music Royalty Registration Program. That's right. You can monetize your music and secure your rights with the 14 to 16 essential registrations to protect and maximize your earnings. But why choose this program? Great question. How about getting paid for every stream, download, or play? Save time and effort with expert guidance. Ensure proper credit and ownership. And there's also those music licensing opportunities. For more information, visit urbangrindtv.com or call us at 888-380-1913. Hit the line up and get your grind up. What's going on? It's your boy Wally, aka Mr. Music is my business from Urban Grind TV. I'm here to announce my brand new book is out. It's available everywhere books are sold. It's titled Music is My Business, the ultimate startup guide to the music business. You can check it out at musicbusinessebook.com, Amazon Books, Barnes & Nobles, and everywhere that books are sold. And it will help you turn your love for music into a sustainable career. Check us out, musicbusinessebook.com. All right. Welcome back to Urban Grind Television. I'm your host, Wally, aka Mr. Music, TV, and Sports is my business. And we got a very, very special guest. We are joined by Triz McCallum, a Southside Chicago-raised pop singer, songwriter, and actor with over a decade of vocal performance under his belt. His sound is rooted in classical and gospel foundations, so you get that technical precision, but it still hits you in the chest emotionally. He studied vocal performance at Columbia College, where he really locked in his artistic identity and shaped the confident, soulful pop lane he's carving out today. And on top of music, he's built a strong acting portfolio, starring in stage productions like Scrooge the Musical and Who's Next, plus commercial campaigns and TV work. But what I respect most is his purpose. He is driven to inspire people to believe in their dreams, no matter what they've been told, no matter what they've been through. This is only the beginning. Please, let's clap it up. Give a warm welcome to my boy Triz. What's up?
What's up, bro? What's going on? Let's go.
How you feeling, man?
I feel great, bro. I can't, it's winter outside, but the snow melted, so I think we good. It's grilling weather.
2026.
2026.
How's your year been, man, coming in?
Man, it's been a strong year. Last year was quite a journey, like a tough year for me. I've had my mental journey and learned a lot about myself. And so I wanted this year to be about just moving forward and beating the odds and overall like believing in myself. So that's just kind of where I'm at right now. So this is great. Great to be here.
We're happy to have you, man. You're doing such a amazing thing. He came in with like the whole suitcase. He was ready. He's like, I gotta get fitted.
It was a closet and
boom,
basket.
like Superman. He was out like 5 minutes. He was ready to go. For everybody meeting you for the first time,
Yes.
Who is Triz in his own words?
Oh man, Triz is funny. You know what I'm saying? Triz is serious, a professional, easygoing, chill. Triz is all about good vibes. Negative vibes is the best way to get you canceled out of Triz life. Triz makes a bomb pitch of Kool-Aid and can fry some chicken, and my mac and cheese is unmatched.
Okay.
Period.
He's cooking too.
If you want to challenge me, hit me up. What's up?
Okay. Okay. Southside Chicago,
Yes.
right? How did the city shape your voice and your character and your confidence and your hustle? Because
A deep question, Wally. Okay.
Southside will do that. Yeah, talk to him.
The South Side is that you have to be for the South Side to understand the real South Side, because I don't know that what we have right now is a real South Side, but it definitely. I grew up with humble beginnings. I had parents who did what they could to make sure we were, bathed, had clothes on our backs, we had food in our stomachs, and so for me, I didn't have the doctor or the rich parents to look up to, so all I knew is I wanted to be something. For me, I thought it was, a computer engineer. But at Granville T. Woods, used to be Gershwin, it's on 63rd and Racine. Before they closed it, I went to jazz choir. I don't know why I was in jazz pop choir, but I was in fourth, fifth grade. That was my first taste of music. That's where I learned that music made me feel some kind of way. And I think if you're a real artist, it's a feeling. It's not just the do, which could be a positive and a negative at the same time. But my experiences in the hood really fueled my thought process of wanting to do better, be better, but also help other people, because I saw a lot of people needing help that weren't getting help because people looked down on them, or people didn't feel like they were worth it because they were born in Inglewood, or they didn't have the family that could move them forward. And so today, a lot of my artistry and my work is about making me a better person, but being a better person for other people. It's a deep answer. I hope that answered the question.
No, it's an amazing answer.
Okay.
It's why it's a great answer, because it's your truth.
Yeah.
And that's what we want. And I think people need to be comfortable with sharing that.
Yeah.
The truth is always not pretty. It's not
No.
always easy. But that's what we're here to inspire the next wave of culture creators and artists and young people growing up to say, hey, listen, you're gonna get a little dirty sometimes coming up, but you're gonna shake it off and you'll be clean. Like,
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, we all have our traumas. I definitely have mine, and a lot of our traumas sometimes stop us from moving forward or being great. I learned that I had a fear of failure, and I realized that my fear of failure pigeonholed me into doing nothing. And I looked up, and I'm the same place a year from where I was, and nothing changed. And so I want people to know that it's okay to go on a mental health journey. It's okay to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, you are good. And if there's work to be done, work hard, be better, and then be great.
Right, because if you didn't try, then you don't have to worry about failing, right?
Exactly.
That's the trap I think I've seen a lot of artists get into, because people are actually scared of success, because success does require a certain level of consistent performance.
Yes, and
all
critiquing.
the time. Yes, and looking at yourself and say, is this the best I can do? Can I do better?
Yeah.
Am I making this for me? Am I still to the core of it? What's the first moment that you realized you could really sing?
So fast forward from when I started jazz pop choir in grammar school, I was in a play. It was a play called Spring is Dead. But there was like a pre-show, because black people, whatever, just do what the hell they want when it comes to assemblies in grammar school back in the day.
Just want to get together.
Yeah. So there was a pre-show, and my first solo was In the Still of the Night. And I didn't really know what I'm saying, but I was just doing what I was instructed to do by the teacher. And apparently I sang it well, because I got a standing ovation. And that feeling for me was the best feeling I ever felt in my life. And I didn't even know what I was doing. I'm like, the teacher said, sing it like this. This is the key. Use a little emotion. Cool. That's when I knew, okay, this is something that I'm feeling and that I'm passionate about. And it wasn't about computers anymore. It was about artistry. So it happened in about somewhere between fourth and fifth grade.
That's really young.
Yeah.
Was your family supportive of you?
Of course not.
Talk to him. Let's talk to him.
We're like, no. Black families don't do that. Like, singing. Everybody in the black community want to be a rapper or a singer. So a lot of parents don't look at that as a real career, right? And so my dad's from Mississippi, my mom's from Mississippi. He's like, yeah. So he like make money, pay bills. Ain't no in between. Ain't none of this artistry shit. And so for me, growing up, a lot of what I wanted to do and who I am as a person, I had to learn myself, because I didn't get that from my family. So I didn't have the mom that's like, let me throw you in, vocal coaching, or let me throw you in a program where you can continue to sharpen your gift. She's like, go to school, go to college, become a doctor, become a lawyer. I ain't want to do none of that shit.
You know what it is, and I think people got to realize is you can't blame them, because They came from a survival mentality of just get a job, just get food on the table, have a couple kids, and that, which is beautiful because it raised wholesome families. It had a unit, you know, but it's expensive now. So you need like multiple incomes. Yeah. So most of the time, if you're doing stuff and
OnlyFans,
OnlyFans or whatever you're doing, multiple diversified income streams is what I'm gonna call it, right? But yeah, you need money to do stuff. So they wanted to set their kids up safe to be like, don't try that. Yeah. But unfortunately, then think of all the inventions, all of the music, all of the paintings, all of the sculpture, all of the beautiful things in this world that would have never been created if people didn't take that chance.
Yeah, that is true. And I think all of that was instilled in me or wasn't instilled in me crawled into my adult life, you know, and that was a part of the journey. I think I let my past traumas hold me back from a lot, even when things were looking good. I still managed to push through and do shows and create music. And, you know, I would say in 2026 is for the first time I'm looking at myself in a complete picture. And I've done the work. And so now I'm here to, you know, make sure my voice is heard, you know, entertain people and hopefully make money, because that's ultimately all we got here.
Gotta pay the bills.
Yeah, I mean, it's for the love, but, you know,
it's the music business. It's the music business at the end of the day. There's a definite business element that people gotta respect and understand. I've known some of the amazing creators, they don't really care about the business. Then you have to get people in your life and in your circle that are gonna help at least explain that to you and make you part of it. Because if they don't teach it to you, then you're gonna be subject to them, and they might quit. Something might happen to them, and then you're stuck and you're starting over. So you know the music business is important. Now, growing up in your house, what kind of music was it? Was gospels, R&B?
CeCe Winans, Shirley Caesar, all type. My mom was gospel, so that was pretty much all I listened to. Every now and then, my dad would throw on a little James Brown. You know, he likes all the Dusties, you know, that was of our time. But mostly gospel. I grew up in the church, and so I knew a lot of Donnie McClurkin. I knew a lot of, you know, Yolanda Adams, you know, and I still love gospel music, but it spoke to me differently. It didn't speak to me creatively. And so when I started being in the streets, that's when, you know, I learned rap and R&B and understood there was a bigger world of music that wasn't just about, you know, gospel. And so, but those people had the voices though. So you still had the creative aspect. You still understood what a powerhouse was, listening to gospel music. But that was pretty much the gist of what I heard growing up.
Your sound it's kind of rooted in classical, a little bit of gospel. But those two worlds, they kind of show up in your pop music today.
Yes, that was a part of the journey, just learning who I am as an artist.
Okay.
I learned a long time ago that I love pop music. You know, early on, I would do a lot of like pop dance tracks, things like that, because my tone it carries somewhere between R&B and pop. You know, as I've grew older and then kind of matured in my vocally. But that gospel element gives you that emotion. You know, the classical element makes sure you can hear that you're on key. You know what I'm saying? And so it's different things you can get from different styles of music that can contribute to your artistic style, right? You know, I believe you don't have to be one genre. You can be whatever you want to be. You just got to do it right.
That's right.
Don't be country if you've never actually listened to country or studied it, and then you out here just trying to be country, but you really R&B. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so it's just really doing the studying and doing the work. But I think today I identify more with like my pop R&B culture. But I definitely use my classical training and things like that to help me kind of shape who I want to be as an artist today.
Yeah, your training, your vocal performance, Columbia College.
Yes.
What changed the most after your time in college? Was your technique, was your confidence, or was it like your identity?
A little bit of all of that. So kind of like all the above. My technique for sure, because college, it's more than just, you know, coming here and just do your do, re, mi. Like there's an anatomy class that literally, you know, shows you the inside of your neck and your vocal folds and, you know, what the tonsil actually does and how your throat looks when you have a cold. Like there's a whole thing that happens that teaches you what your vocal box does when you sing, right? Then there's the actual performance aspect. We needed to do recitals every month. Then there was the bigger ones every quarter. And so it made me be an artist, whether I wanted to or not, right? While also teaching me the technique. But then there were events where we were tested basically on our vocals, and we would have to pick songs, read it off the sheet music. So outside of it, I was more confident. I definitely had the technique. I had all the things that I needed, right? But I think life happened that definitely held me back. And that's my message to everyone. Like, don't let life or anyone tell you you can't do what you want to do. As long as you work at it, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you surround yourself with honest people who ain't haters. You can be great, period.
When you're recording, what matters more to you? Is it like the technical performance, or is it like more the emotional truth of what you're doing?
So definitely the emotional truth. I think I've heard artists who are very technical and they sound great, you know, but I feel nothing, you know.
See, say that again.
Yeah, the people can sound great, but if you don't feel anything, it doesn't do anything. And let me be very clear, I love Mary J. Blige, you know. Everybody has their comments or thought process. I think she's an amazing artist, but the one thing you cannot ever take from Mary J is that her emotion, her soul is in her music. And that is golden to me, because I think as listeners, we're listening to connect. And when you have an artist like her, the Beyoncés, the Alicias, they understand, you know, how the Ushers to connect emotionally through the music. It's not always perfect, but it's perfect for my soul, if that makes sense. So for me, recording, I need to make sure I'm on key, you know, I'm on beat, you know what I'm saying? But if I can measure that, everything else should be emotion, it should be fun, it should be exciting.
That's a good answer. That's really good. You're also an actor, and what pulled you into acting in the first place? I mean, you're mastering music, you're getting the vocals, the live performance. What makes you say, hey, I want to do acting on top of this?
So along my journey, I realized that I'm not, I think I'm just an entertainer. I think you have artists, you have singers, you have actors, you have entertainers. Whenever I'm on stage, it's a vibe for me, right? I think whether I'm expressing myself through acting, through music, through poetry, I don't really do poetry. I mean, I did a couple situations where I had to do poetry, but like when I'm entertaining people, when people are reacting to something that I'm doing, there's an emotion that happens inside of me. And so acting was a part of the journey, right? When I did my first solo, the next hour I'm on stage. And so that didn't leave me, you know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like, they both go hand in hand. So whether I do a movie in Hollywood or whether I'm on the BET stage performing music, it's almost as equally as satisfying to me. And then it comes to the paycheck, but you know.
It's a check.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, like the stage production.
Yes.
Scrooge the Musical, Who's Next? Mm-hmm. What did theater teach you that music did not?
Oh, wow. So Scrooge the Musical was a big one. That was, I mean, dynamite going off, you know what I'm saying? We had the big LED screens, and the bigger crowds. That theater taught me how to find comfort in front of a big crowd. How they also taught me that the show must go on. So if you sing it and you crack, just keep going and don't fall apart. Like the key is, do not fall apart, because if you fall apart, it's a domino effect. And so if you miss a line, if somebody throws you off, just keep going, keep at it. What's happened, happened. And it kind of taught me, it also made me kind of a perfectionist, which is not the good thing as an artist, as a musical artist. But those are kind of the main things. Show must go on, how to be comfortable in front of a crowd, and how to have fun on the stage is what that taught me, the most of it all.
Now, when you step on stage or you're on set, what's the process? Do you like become the character before you get there? Or do you kind of get there and you're like, all right, let me switch now?
Yeah. So last year I discovered that I have performance anxiety. Didn't know.
How do you discover? Share that story, because I would think we've all had something like that. Describe what that feels like and what
horrible. So there was, I took a break from music and then I got back into it. I would find an opportunity to get on stage and I don't know, like before I know it, I lose it. So my palms start getting sweaty, I start shaking, heart starts racing, I'm struggling to breathe, and trying to push through that and sing. You can imagine what happens and how that sounds. And there was one performance, it was a festival, and you know, I had rehearsed, vocals was good, everything was cool. And then I get on stage and I'm like, I'm barely catching my breath. And so at that point, I'm like, it couldn't be me. It couldn't be my talent. Like I've worked, and when I'm behind closed doors, no, everything's great. I got through the performance and everyone says it was great, but I'm like, it wasn't my best. So you talk about mental health journey. I like literally called a psychiatrist like, hey, what's up? Because this doesn't feel right, you know? Once I explained to her what was happening, she was like, you have textbook performance anxiety.
Was your heart, tell them about your heart beating through your chest. Is your heart like beating, like?
Yes. And so when that happens, everything else follows. So once your heart starts racing, you're struggling to catch your breath. You start sweating, the shakes start happening.
Your mouth dries up, right?
Mouth dries up. You know, don't have a note to hit because God bless you, you know? And so me going through that was like, there was more to it than just my talent or my ability to perform, because I love performing. But then you like look at someone and it's just like you fall apart. The very last time, because I was so rehearsed, I got through it, but I don't want to almost die every time I get through a performance. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like, I had to figure out what was going on. And so we talked through it. You know, my psychiatrist gave me tools and things that I can use to kind of be in the moment and relax and things like that. And it's worked so far. I've done a few different performances where I was able to enjoy it. One performance, the mic went out, you know, and I don't have like backing tracks. So there was just no voice, you know what I'm saying? But I got through it. I was able to have fun. I didn't fall apart. I enjoyed the moment. And I was like, okay, cool. I think I'm becoming a healed individual. We'll see. So yeah. Now, yes, I do take some time to chill before I get on stage. Try to really, again, calm down, be in the moment, take a breath. On the way here, I kind of just rolled in silence, you know, just to center myself, balance my chi. And then, you know, once the performance happens, just try to be in the moment and let it be what it is.
Enjoy it.
Yeah, have fun. That's my mission in 2026.
Do you feel like acting has made you like a better songwriter or a better performer?
Acting has made me a better emoter. So, if that's a word, I think it's a word. But acting has shown me how to tap in different sides of my emotions. And so when I'm writing and I'm recording and performing now, I'm able to understand where to tap into that emotion, right? Because if I'm playing a character, it's my job to be that character. If I'm an abuser, if I'm being abused or whatever, I have to make you believe that. So acting has taught me how to tap into those emotions, which I think has done legions for me as a performer for sure.
Because you can get,
yeah,
like take yourself back there.
Yeah.
And
so if I tear up or something in my performance, just know I went there and I tapped into something that obviously brought the emotion out. But if I can bring it out, then the audience can feel it.
At the core of your journey is purpose. What's the message you want to give somebody that feels like counted out or overlooked?
The only person that can count you out is you. That's it. No one can tell you who you are, what's your worth, what you can do or what you're capable of. Whether that's your 9-to-5 in corporate America, whether that's you as an artist, you as a person. It is our responsibility to be the best people we can be to others, but also make sure we are sowing into ourselves and we're building into ourselves. So when we go out into the real world, because let's be very clear, the entertainment industry is evil, you know, and to date, people will say Beyonce doesn't have talent, you know? So if someone at the very top can still be doubted, you know, when we're down here just trying to make it happen, there's a world of people out there who are ready to tear you down. So just keep building into yourself. Tell yourself you're great. Aim to be better every day. And so when you are pushing yourself out there, you've already done the work.
Great advice.
Yes, sir.
I want you to talk to us about one moment where you faced doubt, either like from the outside or the inside.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to talk to us about what made you keep going.
Oh, it's a lot. So I have had 2 vocal surgeries where polyps had to be removed from my vocals. Anybody who knows about vocal surgeries, and especially people who are educated, it's risky, you know. The second one, I had my vocal surgery. I did an audition, and the audition was not great. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really do the work anyway, but I was just like, I should be able to do what I want to do, right? Did the audition, sucked, you know what I'm saying? And but because of my past traumas, threw me into a dark hole. And I was like, F it, music ain't for me. Maybe I just need to be in corporate America. I'm just move back and do what I need to do. But I can get a job, I can make good money, but if your soul isn't fed, something's missing. And I'm very blessed and I'm fortunate in my corporate job, but it doesn't feed my soul. I still feel like I wake up every day and I'm like, something is missing. My purpose is not being fed, or I'm not in my purpose. That emotion along, and any real artist know what I'm talking about. When you're on stage, and even if it's for free, your soul is still being fed. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, our goal is to make money, but it's also to feed our spirit. You know what I'm saying? And so when you go to open mics and you do free performances, you do whatever, it's still there's a payment there. So for me, when I realized that was happening, okay, I'm like, let me get back on a vocal coach. Let me get it back into my writing. Let me figure out the style of music I want to do. And, got me back to a place now where I'm like, I do this because I love it, and I can hope that me being an entertainer and loving it can lead to the next thing. But at the end of the day, in reality, like, if I just do what I love, that's enough for me.
You're winning.
Yeah.
You're winning. That's a very, very mature and way to think about stuff. And what you do is you're not robbing yourself of any joy. Because you're appreciating each thing in its own step and its own level. Because it is the process.
Yes.
And I know what you're talking about, because I did corporate America, and I was telling somebody off camera, I was like, you get handcuffed to the money, and you don't want to leave the safety, and then you don't feel like what you wake up to do is what you're here to do.
Yeah.
So and that's one thing I'm grateful for. I earned it. It took me 2 decades to just do what I want to do every day and focus on my gift. And my gift is always to give people a spotlight and an outlet.
You are appreciated.
Platform.
And we appreciate you. Congrats, and we appreciate you.
Yeah, no, for sure. For somebody that's discovering you today, what music should they start with first, and why should they listen? What should they listen for?
If I was discovered, what should they listen for?
A fan hears about you today. They watch the show and they're like, I want to go check out one of his songs.
Yeah.
What song do you want to go to first?
Ooh, I think actually the song I'll perform, tonight, "Good Guy Gone Bad." A lot of my recent music I wrote from a very real place. And I feel like whether you're male or female, you could identify with that song, because if you lived a little bit, we've all been hurt. And for whatever reason, when we get hurt, the first thing we think is, go be a hoe. I don't know why, that's just how humans work, but it is a genuine emotion. And when I was recording that song, the producer got a call from a homie who girl broke up with him, out of nowhere. And he was just like, man, all I want to do at this point is just be in these streets. As I'm recording Good Guy Gone Bad. It's crazy. But that is, kind of an idea of where I am now. I just want to write about real shit, but I like good music. I want to be able to groove. I love harmonies. I love, being able to put notes together and they sound great. So it's like you're going to get some real shit from me, but it's going to sound good and it's going to feel great.
Right. We're getting a special performance coming up later on for us today. What are you building right now? Is there any new music? Is there visuals on the way?
Yes.
What's next?
All the above. So I have a project that is called Invisible. And it's about pretty much it's Good Guy Gone Bad and there's a story. It's about, being hurt. You go through these phases, right? You get hurt, you're mad, then you're sad, right? And then you're like, why? And then if it's a real thing and if it's worth fighting for, then it's worth it, and you fight for it. And then you're in love again. You know what I'm saying? And I think if you are hurt and things happen, some relationships ain't worth going back to, but no one's perfect, right? And if somebody mess up, there's a story here and there's emotion for it. And so Invisible's coming. There will be some visuals that I'm working on as well, that I want to do for each song. One thing I'm excited about is the song on the project called Man of Your Dreams. It's all a cappella. I built the beat with my voice and everything. And I'm super proud and I can't wait for the world to hear it. But it's time to go. So there's definitely new music coming, more performances coming, and definitely some professional visuals that are coming as well.
It's very exciting, man. So people want to tap in and check out those new visuals. They want to hear the new music. Where can they find you?
So you can find me on all platforms. Triz _I_M on Instagram. And I'm Triz with Caleb on YouTube. Those visuals are there. They're on my Instagram. The link to all of my music is on this. I'm everywhere. So Apple, YouTube, Spotify, you can find my music there. Check it out. Let me know what you think. There's more to come, and I look forward to getting out of my own shell and out of my way, and hopefully showing the world what I got.
That's right, man. Make sure you guys tap in with my man Pat Triz. Stream his music, follow the journey, keep your eyes open for his acting work. Don't go nowhere, because when we come back, my man's gonna hit the stage. You're watching Urban Grind TV. Let's go. Attention artists, producers, and record labels. Are you ready to elevate your music career? Urban Grind TV will get your music video on BET Jams. That's right, guaranteed airplay for your music video on BET Jams. You'll receive a minimum of 6 to 12 plays, gaining you massive exposure to fans and industry insiders. Just contact Urban Grind TV and we take care of everything. The professional video preparation, the closed captioning, the submission, and the music video placement with the results guaranteed. Just contact Urban Grind TV, send us your file via WeTransfer, complete the payment securely on our website, urbangrindtv.com, and we handle the rest. All you need to do is call 888-380-1913 and visit urbangrindtv.com to get started today. Urban Grind TV, where your music meets the spotlight.
So I want to thank Urban Grind TV for this opportunity. My name is Triz, and this first song is going to be called Good Guy Gone Bad. It's out everywhere. Check it out. Have you ever been in love? Did you give it your best? How many times did you fall? Was it always a test? Love that's so good you never thought it could be found. Out of nowhere you found your face on the ground. Did you keep together or did you cry like me? Were they just too good? Was I too blind to see? This love game that people play, this is just for the birds. You done lost yourself good when you ain't got no words. I gave it all for you. I sacrificed. I had some plans to spend the rest of my life. Loving you, holding you, protecting you. But F you, I'm a good guy gone bad. 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 I gave it all for you. I sacrificed. When it really mattered, you could never do right. I'm a good guy gone bad. I'm a good guy. What does it feel like to be up on the other side? To foolishly believe the lies, to find an angel in disguise. For a fool, don't know what to do, to try to keep it cool. No more broken hearts. I'm tired of that part. Back to the streets, back to me, you and me. The safest place for me, the safest place for me. Yeah. I sacrificed. I had to live to spend the rest of my life. Yeah. I didn't think twice. Yeah. F you. I'm a good guy, gone bad. Good guy, gone bad. This next song is titled Worth It. It's about being in love, being hurt, but also knowing forgiveness for the grown folk. Check it out. Our love is worth the fight, it's worth the fight. We're such a freaking vibe. Worth it, worth it, worth it, worth it. Thought the door was closed, but I opened it, now you got me all exposed. Unfortunate tears and scars trying to hold me together. Crying out to God to relieve this pressure. I believe in you, I believe in me. I wanna keep this thing together. Ooh. But trust, boo, can I trust you? Neither trust you if I let you back in. Promise not to hurt me again. 'Cause our love's worth the fight. Our love is worth the fight. It's worth the fight. We're such a big fight. Our love's worth the fight. It's worth the fight. We're such a big fight. Worth it. Say you'll never do it again. Say that we can still be friends. See the same till the end. Where anew will begin. Hurt for missing my baby. All this is driving me crazy. Should I forgive you and move on, maybe? Maybe I just need my baby. If I let you back in, promise that you'll never hurt me again. 'Cause our love's worth the fight. Our love is worth the fight. It's worth the fight. We're such a Thank y'all so much. Thank Urban Grind TV. Triz, Michaela, find me everywhere. Let's go.
Yeah.